Presented by Premeire.
Silhouette Mirage! Project initialized. Let's go!
Silhouette Mirage is a game developed by Treasure and published in Japan by Entertainment Software Publishing for the Sega Saturn at September 10th, 1997, for the PlayStation 1 at July 23rd, 1998, and for the PlayStation Network at August 25th, 2010. Working Designs was responsible for publishing the North American version for the PlayStation 1 at January 5th, 2000. Treasure is also responsible for developing games such as Gunstar Heroes, McDonald's Treasure Land Adventure, Dynamite Headdy, Alien Soldier, Guardian Heroes, Radiant Silvergun, Bangai-O, Ikaruga, Mission Makers, and Sin and Punishment. Before you start running your comments regarding Spaz, I understand that it is on the CD cover and on the game itself, but if you look at the CD, it says that it is a registered trademark of Working Designs. Last but not least, here are the cover arts for the Sega Saturn, PlayStation 1, and the PlayStation Network. Here is the cover art on the Sega Saturn demo version of Silhouette Mirage.
Do your best. I'll see you again soon. Yes.
The setting is Earth, during a post-apocalyptic year 2000, prior to the events of the game. A group of scientists conducted genetic experiments in a facility called Edo. From their activities emerged two attributes, Silhouette and Mirage. These aspects manifested in a child named Armageddon. The two aspects were based on the dualistic nature of yin and yang. One's existence is crucial to the other's. Despite the complementary nature of the attributes, they repel each other. As a result, Armageddon's attributes split to form two pure figures, Megiddo and Har, respectively the self-proclaimed Silhouette and Mirage leaders. Eventually, the genetic experiment resulted in a biological explosion which contaminated the genetic structure of all entities on Earth. Many perished, and those who survived displayed either of the true attributes, or both, which are referred to as proteins. In preparation for this disaster, the computer system Kahina created a being known as a Messenger of Justice, also known as Shina Nera Shina, designed to repair Edo's computer system and neutralize all the instances of the two attributes.
You have outlived your usefulness, messenger. Do your best. I'll see you again soon. Yes.
Silhouette Mirage, as described by some Sega Saturn gamers, to be a hidden gem from its library. But, after 19 years, how do you think it holds up? Every time you start a new game as Silhouette Mirage, you are given the opportunity to learn or refresh your memory on all the abilities in the tutorial program. With the exception of getting new, stronger parasites, you will not learn how to use machines, acquire new abilities, or guns. The good thing about Shina's abilities is that it only requires one button to press. The only ability that requires a button combination is a Parasite Bomb, which you have to press A, B, and C. Since this is the Sega Saturn version, everything is written in Japanese, so this will require a little bit of getting used to. But other than that, everything else is really easy. As much as I love the tutorial program in this game, I find it a bit of a pain in the ass. I mean, imagine having to sit through this 3 more times. Now hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'll explain all this later on in the video, so until then, let's move on. Silhouette Mirage is a combination of a beat 'em up, a shoot 'em up, mixed in with a little bit of platforming. It has 7 levels, 4 different paths, and 1 difficulty setting. The controls are decent, and I love the music in this game. As a matter of fact, I play my most favorite theme song right now. I mean, hell, even the bosses are very weird. But at least they stand out. As for the enemies, I would have to say meh on this one, because you could see them in almost every single level in the game. Now, don't get me wrong, but they tried to mix things up with them, like make them fly or have the poly peepers drive motorcycles, but in the end it just doesn't cut out, because when you get rid of their abilities, they turn back to just a regular common enemy.
Surprise, motherfucker.
You can attack both Silhouette and Mirage enemies by using the opposite attribute against them. If you use the same attribute, you reduce their spirit energy. When they have no spirit energy, they will not be able to utilize bombs or projectiles, which is pretty important because you don't want to get bombarded with bullets and bombs and get stuck in a corner, which in turn can be a problem because your character does not have an after hit invisibility period. Every single character, yes, that includes you too, has 3 levels of spirit energy, and every single time you go down 1 level, you will not be able to utilize certain attacks. In your case, your attack power and rate of fire will go down dramatically. You will be able to use a parasite bomb or switch attributes as well. When you lose your spirit energy, you will lose one of your parasites, and that parasite will be sacrificed to restore your spirit energy. As long as your parasite is not a secret level 6, you will have no problem regaining that same parasite by visiting various hairware shops you will find as you progress through the level. Obviously, getting the parasites is not free, so in order to gain them, you need to require gold, and there are 3 methods. 1. By simply defeating your enemy. 2. Utilizing one of your abilities called the Cash Bash. Or 3. Just playing slots when you fight Sarah. This offers a unique style of gameplay and strategy, because when you approach an enemy in this game, you think to yourself, how am I going to plan my attack? By attacking them head on, or simply depleting their spirit energy and attack them afterwards? You'd be pretty surprised at the kind of abilities they cannot use when you deplete part of their spirit energy. Like for example, when you deplete all of Samus's spirit energy, he's just pretty much a sane duck. Like, he can slap you all he wants, but he can't do shit to you. I forgot to mention, there is a third attribute, which is a color green called normal. In order to attack normal enemies, you have to reflect their attacks at them, but be warned, their attacks can deplete both health and spirit energy. Next topic, the bosses. Some of my favorite bosses in this game are the following. Nardo, the samurai, because you're basically fighting right by an apartment complex and you're making all this noise. Once in a while, people will wake up and throw shit at you just so you can shut up. And when you beat him, he wakes everybody up. Everybody's just sort of throwing shit at him. Oh my god, it's so funny. Dude, tell me that wasn't badass. Zohar Sandalphon and Zohar Metatron are 2 entities into one body. As a matter of fact, they serve as Shina's rival. The character Shina interacts with throughout the game mistaken her as a messenger of destruction, when really it's Zohar doing all damage throughout the entire time, all because Zohar wants to destroy Shina. Last but not least, Megiddo, the leader of the Silhouettes. Despite being Hal's twin brother, he actually wants China to finish her mission and restore Edo. Despite Megiddo being the leader of the Silhouettes, he does not fuck around. As a matter of fact, he is a pretty formidable boss. Especially when he is the final boss for 2 of the paths in this game. Despite Delia being one of the wackiest boss fights I've ever seen in this game, it is one of my most hated, because the only way to attack him is by throwing the specters in the bowl soup, and they form bubbles, which in turn, he sniffs it and that's how he gets damage. I don't know about you, but that's freaking disgusting. Anyways, let's move on. Now, let's be fair here. I do not like how Treasure handled the path in this game. As a matter of fact, the paths will begin to split up very late in the game. And in a way, it's kind of good, but come on, man. Do I really need to play a game this long in order to unlock different endings of the freaking game? By then, you'll notice a huge difficulty spike, because one of the penultimate bosses is very tough. And even after practicing so many times in this freaking game, I still had difficulty recognizing his freaking patterns! I've already spoiled enough in this game. And in this version, you're going to be pretty disappointed with the 4 endings in this game. It basically fades to a white screen, followed by text, afterwards a couple of short clips, and credits roll. That's it. By pressing the following buttons, you'll gain access to the options menu. From there, you can adjust difficulty, activate debug mode, or listen to all 255 sound effects. Be warned, by activating debug mode, there is potential that you will crash the game. Regarding my 2 previous uploads, and the gameplay portion of my video, some of you have noticed how I was able to utilize the reflector from behind. The trick is simple. I will show you how to do it. The trick is pretty simple. It depends on the angle and the timing. By matching those 2 right, you'll be able to master this trick in no time. There is censorship in this game. As a matter of fact, if you do not have enough money to purchase goods at the hardware store, there is a burning cross in the background. And when you leave the store, you see the hardware owner holding a cigarette. In the North American release of Silhouette Mirage, the burning cross has been replaced by a dragon and flames, while the smoking rabbit has been replaced by the hardware owner giving China a thumbs up. And that concludes Silhouette Mirage for the Sega Saturn. It's definitely a hidden gem worth looking into. As a matter of fact, the gameplay is unique, the characters are memorable, I love the music in this game, and it definitely has some very hilarious moments despite playing the game several freaking times. Now, for some of you who haven't followed me for some time, this was my first review video to ever have captured gameplay footage. I still have this device, by the way. Unfortunately, it's broken, and it serves as a reminder on how far my channel has come. And with the channel growing, I will keep on providing more and better content for you guys. Now, that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for being patient with me, and have yourselves a good day. Hey guys, this is Will from the Drug channel. Thank you all so much for your patience and support. If you guys like watching this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment down below and subscribe to my channel for future content. With that being said, don't forget to visit my Facebook, Twitter, and DVR pages. Have yourself a good day, guys.